I confess I was disappointed the Chiefs won. I wanted the 49ers. I'm just kind of over the Chiefs. I'm over their drama, and I'm not really a Travis Kelce fan, and I'm kind of mad at Taylor Swift still because she went to that Palestinian fundraiser, and it was ridiculous. Not a word for the, Israelis. Okay, anyway, I digress. So it wasn't to be. They won in what turned out to be an exciting game, kind of snoozy in the beginning. And I guess I'll just start with what I thought was the most controversial moment, which was when Travis Kelce body slammed and yelled at his coach, Andy Reid. We'll show you the video. Here he goes. He bumps into him. You can see Andy Reid struggled to stay on his feet, and he's screaming at him. Of course, they had the lip readers out there trying to tell us what was happening, and they claimed he was mad that he wasn't in on a pivotal play. So you tell me whether this is, I'm not a football person or even a sports person, just as a human, I was like, it's bad. What was your take as sports guys on just, how bad? What level of breach was that?
Well, look, the way the NFL kind of handles the player-coach relationships is a lot different than the way the college game is. I mean, a lot of times in professional sports, the players are making more than the coaches. So there's not as much yelling coach to player. It's kind of more of a friendly relationship. Here's my thing. Guys get competitive on the sidelines all the time. I mean, we've seen Tom Brady yell at Josh McDaniel. We've seen Patrick Mahomes go off. My thing is when you start physically touching somebody, then it becomes different. When I coached, we always had a rule is that I was never going to put my hands on you and you were never going to put your hands on me because that takes it to a new level. I get you're frustrated. We've all been there. We've been on sidelines. I've been as mad as anybody in the world. But the minute you start physically touching somebody, and we're not talking about, a similar age people. I mean, Andy Reid's a big guy, but let's be honest. I mean, he's getting up there in age, and Travis Kelce, if you really wanted to, he'd make him look like Mr. Potato Head. They'd just be picking up his arms and legs and nose and eyebrows and stuff off the sideline. So, David, the physical part to me is where it kind of crosses.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll tell you this, Megyn. No one was more excited that Travis Kelce behaved like that than Andy Reid. Now, if these were 18-year-old kids and you had a player who's never performed, you would be right on the money, and it would be an extreme sign of disrespect. What we're talking about here in Travis Kelce, and you can say whatever you want about his politics or being in Pfizer commercials. We all have our problems, right, with those sorts of things. But he will go down, I think, now as the greatest tight end to ever play the game. And the Chiefs in the first half of this ballgame underperformed. You want your best player to be that emotional about not being in the game in the most pivotal moments. And I guarantee you what you saw there was just a microcosm of what happened in the halftime.
Yeah, I disagree with that. I don't think at any level you should put your hands or bump into any coach, whether that's high school, college, or the NFL. It's a terrible look for Travis Kelce. And it kind of reminded me of this. I kind of felt like Andy Reid when I'm kind of watching the NFL football game when I'm getting pushed Pfizer. I'm getting pushed the Black National Anthem. I'm getting pushed all these woke things. I'm Andy Reid sitting there just trying to watch an NFL football game. So I will say this. It's a bad look for Travis Kelce. I want you to get emotional. I want you to care, right? And he does. But you should never, under any circumstance, bump into or touch a coach or a player on a football team.
I agree. And just because the coach had enough sort of dignity and class to not make a big thing of it after the fact once he'd won the Super Bowl doesn't mean the rest of us should be countenancing that kind of behavior at all. You just don't Travis Kelce's huge. He's got his pads on. He's got his helmet on. Well, I don't know if he had his helmet in that thing, but he's a huge guy. He's got his pads on. He's like, there's no excuse. Keep your hands to yourself. But I have to say, not to make it all about Travis Kelce, but that's what the media's been doing, so why not jump right in? To me, the guy seems kind of like an asshole. Like last year, we were watching when they played against the Eagles. That was my husband's team. And he was kind of a jerk. He won the Super Bowl. He didn't have a moment of grace. He kind of got on everybody for not predicting it. I actually had my team pull it because I'm like, I don't even watch football. Why am I having a negative reaction to this guy? And I forgot about this moment, which was implanted in my head in part by Doug's reinforcement. Watch.
Man, one of y'all said the Chiefs were going to take it home this year. Not a single one. Feel that? Feel it? And on top of that, next time the Chiefs say something, put some respect on our name. We had an unbelievable run, and man, it feels good. Not man, one of y'all said the Chiefs were going to win it, and look at us now.
Okay, so that's last year. Then he bumps the coach. And then we get to this year where I don't know that he sounded like a jerk, but he didn't exactly sound like a Mensa scholar either. Celebrating. It's fine. He doesn't have to be. I'm just noting. Here he was celebrating after the big win.
Oh! Y'all hear this? We've been fighting for our right Hey, Elvis never had it better than that right there. Let me tell you.
And lots of you got to fight for your right to park. Okay, fine. He's having a good time. Maybe that last one didn't meet the bill. But what do you guys make of him? And am I missing something?
Well, look, we kind of hear this in dating too. Sometimes nice guys finish last. And when you've won as much as the Chiefs have, I mean, we see this in any dynastical run. Tom Brady would invent a chip on his shoulder. We see it in college football all the time. Nick Saban's the greatest college football coach of all time. Yet every year he acted like everybody thought Alabama was going to go 7-5. You got to find Michael Jordan, right? Inventing competition, inventing adversity. You want a little bit of that from your leaders. Now, is Travis a little bit brash the way he goes about things? He really, it's funny because when you look at his older brother, Jason Kelce, the Hall of Fame center, who's now retired, they're totally different, right? You can tell one's the older brother and one's the younger brother. But I mean, when you win this much, you got to kind of sometimes manufacture some adversity, and coaches help fuel that too. Nobody believes in his.
Yes, he had to because Jake, he wasn't getting enough attention. That's the problem with Travis Kelce. He wasn't getting enough attention. Come on.
If there's ever a year to do that this year, it was for Travis Kelce. It was this year because no one thought the Chiefs during the regular season. Yeah, no one thought that the last 2 years everybody was picking the Chiefs, especially with Tyreek Hill. So I'm not surprised by this, but you do have to manufacture adversity. But it was already past that, right? If you're getting,
he was already the center of literally every news article everywhere because of his girlfriend.
Who didn't pick you and why? And look, I know we're going to talk about this sooner or later, but why am I seeing Taylor Swift during the Travis Kelce speech? Can it just be Travis Kelce? Why did I see Taylor Swift 11 times during the Super Bowl?
And Blain, not just that. Why do we have to cut to Taylor Swift when Travis Kelce hadn't done anything? He wasn't even his play.
Anything at all. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be a penalty. It could be a false start. It could be a pass. It could be a run. They're going to find a way to get Taylor Swift on camera. And look, it sucks that they won. I'm just glad that it's over.
Yeah.
Megyn, the Super Bowl has become a corporate event, right? By design to get non-football eyes on the game. So you have elaborate halftime performances, high dollar commercials. Well, obviously Taylor Swift's presence is just going to exacerbate that. And star athletes dating pop singers, that's a tale as old as time. But for us, we're football guys. So when you get 22 players out there, 11 guys trying to score and 11 trying to stop them, our mind immediately goes to scheme and design and matchups. And say whatever you will about Travis Kelce off the field. He is one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. And when you see the relationship that he has with Patrick Mahomes, one of a generational talent at quarterback, and then one of the best play callers we've ever seen in Andy Reid, that is why we're seeing this run that the Chiefs have been able to put together. And so the question now becomes, how much longer will he play?
All right, I don't care about that, but I do have 3 actual football related questions for you guys. Things that I don't totally understand that I'm interested in. First of all, on the interesting plays, you got to give it to the 49ers for some of those, what do you call them? The lateral passes, right? That was cool. I appreciated that. That was kind of snazzy and exciting. Second of all, that kicker for the 49ers was like breaking records left and right with those long field goals. But that one extra point cost them the game, really, because they would have won in regular time without overtime if he had gotten that extra point, which is almost assumed in football that you're going to get. So that one guy blocked it from the Kansas City Chiefs with his hand. I did watch the game, and good on him. But was there a problem in that kick? Should it have been so high that it's not blockable? And are people talking about that bad kick today?
Yeah, I thought the kick was a little bit low. It was a shorter field goal, so it wasn't like the longer ones where you got to kind of hit like the low liner to get it there to finally get it up. You go back and watch one of the Chiefs field goals that they hit, the 55-yarder, I believe. It went through 2 guys' hands that could have blocked it. So I thought Jake could have got the kick up. The protection wasn't great. As far as the trick plays, I mean, look, it's to quote the Water Boy, it's the Bourbon Bowl, man. You can't hold anything back. You were going to empty the bag on both sides. But I don't blame Jake Moody for losing the game. I think the drop punt hurt him worse.
That was my third question. So can you explain that? Because I didn't understand, but I did see that the 49ers guy dropped a punt or did something with a ball. He shouldn't have touched it. But then they said he had to touch it because the ball had hit another one of his fellow players. So he was being unfairly blamed for doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, so technically it's not even a muff punt or a drop punt. It hit the 49ers player in the foot. in the ankle. So if the team who's receiving the ball, if it touches one of your players, the ball is live now. So
Fumble.
anybody can recover it. It's a fumble. So the best thing that returner could have done, if we are from a coaching teaching standpoint, if that does happen, you immediately fall on the football. You don't try to pick it up and run with it. So if it touches your own player and you're receiving it, it's a live ball. The other team can recover.
The Megyn Kelly Show is supported by Grand Canyon University. Founded in 1949, GCU is a private Christian university that's dedicated to delivering an affordable and transformative higher education. Their vibrant campus is located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. And according to niche.com, it's ranked a top 25 best campus in the country. As of June 2023, GCU offers 330 academic programs with over 270 of those online, allowing you the freedom to earn your degree on your time from wherever you are. At GCU, your degree, whether it's a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, integrates the free market system and a welcoming Christian worldview. Learn more about GCU's programs, competitive tuition rates, and scholarship offers from your university counselor. They are part of the supportive graduation team who take a personalized approach to helping you achieve your academic goals, walking alongside you every step of the way. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. For more info or to enroll, visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.